Heyo folks, after posting my how to play infected like a pro guide, which has recently hit 1,000 viewers, thank you by the way, I received a request to make this video from this user in the comment section. Although I did touch on the differences between the two current terrors in my ultimate guide, I thought I'd give a bit more depth to them. If you haven't seen these two videos, you can check them out in the top right corner, along with my recent video on how to play the chemist. I just wanted to mention that 98% of you aren't subscribed. We're trying to hit 200 subscribers as the next goal. So if you find this video helpful in any way and you're looking for more Deceit 2 content, make sure to hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Appreciate you. So you are trying to decide between which terror to play, which is more powerful, which will bring you a nice victory. This video is going to be about breaking down the strengths and the weaknesses of both terrors. Firstly, let's talk the Experiment. The Experiment, being the original terror, which you do not need to purchase any DLC in order to use, is a brute type terror and is extremely powerful. This terror will allow you to enrage, grab your prey, and devour their soul. The Experiment has 3 abilities: enrage, block, and grab. Now that we've covered the abilities, let's talk about them a little bit. Enrage will cause you to begin sprinting and send out a roar, which drains the sanity of any nearby player, along with opening any nearby eyes, which will also drain sanity extremely quick. Light block. The block is a simple block which hinders your visibility and reduces your movement. However, it protects you from any light sources, which, as you've probably experienced, is a pain in the ass. Well, grab is pretty much self-explanatory. Whilst enrage is your offensive and block is your defensive ability, it's good to know that if you are sprinting and you block, this counts as your enrage and it will begin the cooldown. Enrage is the only ability that has a cooldown. When you are enraged, it comes with a bunch of advantages: speed, sanity drain, but it also comes with a slight negative. Movement is wide and difficult to turn quickly, so this allows for outplays by the innocents. You can see in this clip that I juked the terror a bunch, but ultimately get caught due to the sanity drain.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Oh my god.
Aside from the abilities, let's talk passives. As I mentioned earlier, the Experiment is a brute type. This is true. It means that when it comes to breaking walls or cracks, you break them a lot quicker. With wall cracks especially, there's barely an animation. The last passive comes with the enrage. The eyes are extremely powerful. Not only do they drain sanity very quickly, they also reveal to the infected where players are. Okay, so now that we covered the Experiment, let's talk about the werewolf. Comes with a DLC pack that includes a new terror, being the werewolf, and the current DLC cursed role, the chemist. Unlike the Experiment, it has 3 abilities, those being howl, leap, and sprint. Leap is a very simple but very powerful ability, which will propel you very far and grab anyone that is in your range. Sprint is self-explanatory, but it does come with a bit of practice. When sprinting, it takes a small amount of time for you to get to full speed, but once you get there,
I'm fast as fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some.
The negative to the sprint is that once you are sprinting, you will not see any visuals on players that have been seen by either the eyes or the wolves. Howl is similar to enrage, but different in its own ways. Howl will cause you to stand still for a second whilst the animation goes through, and will disorientate and drain sanity of anyone who hears it. It also activates all the wolves around the map to howl, showing any players nearby to the infected team. As for the passives, this would be the wolves, which work similar to eyes, but they actually roam the map. The other passive would be that the werewolf can vault over things like humans. You can also tie this into using the leap ability. So if you leap towards a window, you'll automatically vault over it. If you leap into a wall crack, you'll automatically break it too. Now for the pros and cons. Okay, so now that we've spoken about both terrors, we can talk about the pros and the cons of both of them. Let's start with the Experiment. The Experiment has the capability of destroying escape points and rotations way quicker. Enrage has no animation, more durable to light sources like torches, has a block ability to defend itself. The cons: when enraged, the movement is wide and can be very easily evaded as a human. The sanity eyes are limited in some areas of the map. They also have no ability to vault. Now let's talk about the pros of the werewolf. The werewolf can grab people from a very far distance due to its ability to leap, the ability to leap over obstacles like windows, way more control over switching direction if the player runs past you. Wolves roam the map into places where eyes cannot see people, and generally just more fun to play. The cons of the werewolf are: sprinting can seem as a slight hinder due to the lack of information displayed if you don't stop. Sprinting takes a bit of time to charge up. Howl has an animation which leaves you standing idle until completed. Susceptible to being flashed or stunned from light sources as you don't have any defense abilities. And they are just generally weaker towards light sources. For example, with a terror, they have more durability towards torches, whereas a werewolf, if you use a torch, they will be stunned very quickly. Now the last segment of the video, the Experiment versus the werewolf. Now that we've spoken about both of the terrors, we can talk about which one is better. The truth is, it's that they're both good in their own ways. If you pick the experiment, you are able to break escape points and rotations way quicker, and you have the aid of eyes along with more durability to light sources. On the other hand, if you pick the werewolf, you have more freedom to move around the map, like vaulting and maneuverability. You can argue that the werewolf could be slightly more powerful due to the wolves which roam as opposed to the eyes, and that it can vault. But the experiment is well rounded and can defend itself, being more durable to stuns. Ultimately, it's down to preference and playstyle. I play both of them frequently. However, I think personally that the werewolf is just generally more fun to play as than the experiment. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's any points that I may have missed, or maybe your opinion on your favorite terror or how you play, let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, I really appreciate if you give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. We're trying to hit 200 subs. And yeah, if you have any more ideas or suggestions for videos, leave them down in the comments below, and I'll make sure to try post video about it. It's been your boy. Appreciate you, and have a good weekend. See ya.